Good morning, everyone.
What are you working on today?
A lanyard.
You're doing a lanyard?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. How many strings you got going there?
3.
3 strings? Hey everyone, we're back at the campground camping. Today Jessica's not feeling so well and we're gonna try and take her to a lower elevation to see if that helps her. But in the meantime, we're letting her rest. One of our friends has an air-conditioned camper, so she's in there hanging out with her friends. And the kids and I are just staying up at the campsite instead of going down to the lake, and we're doing stuff like lanyards and the hammock and reading. And it's just really nice and lovely out here in the fresh air, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Who taught you how to do lanyards?
No one.
You just instinctively knew how to spin a lanyard like a spider knows how to spin a web?
No. I just watched people do it.
Oh yeah.
And then I got it.
I never went to camp as a kid. I never went camping as a kid. And I was the oldest of my siblings, so I didn't learn things from my older siblings, they learned things from me, so I don't think any of them know how to do lanyards because I never learned how to do lanyards, and I didn't have friends that did lanyards either, so I've actually learned from watching Bailey and Jacob and their friends do lanyards. So I'm working on a lanyard too. I've got a little 3-string here myself. And Parker, yeah, especially. This year is the first year I really ever did lanyards. So I'm working on this beast right here. It's going pretty good. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? This took me 3 days.
Really?
No, I'm kidding.
Thought I just saw you build it.
Yeah, I did just build it. It's fun. I wish I had done it more as a kid. Maybe I'll give this to my mom when I'm done.
She won't even know about it.
What are you working on, little man? Lanyard? How far have you gotten? Let me see. Ooh, looking good. I like it. Oh, it keeps going and going. Going and going. Going and going. Oh, there's the end. You want to hold him? Squirrels don't like to be held. Yeah, 2 squirrels. Did you see the arts and crafts I did while I was waiting for mommy?
Oh.
Yeah. Got pretty good at lanyard making.
Wow.
What are you working on?
Reading.
Awesome. Are you having a good time camping?
Yeah.
So I've been having a hard time in the mornings. I'm 26 weeks pregnant right now, and this is a higher altitude, like 5,500 feet above sea level. And I've also been having like issues with low iron and things like that. So I don't really know what's going on, but I've been having like really hard days, especially in the morning. Like I'll eat something and then like an hour later, I'll feel like really sick and like nauseous. Just really hard to breathe. Like it feels thick. I don't know how to describe it. Like kind of like lightheaded and dizzy. So I haven't been doing so well. I just hung out in my friend's trailer because she has like kind of an air-conditioned trailer, and we played a game, and I actually felt better after that. But right now we went into town because we're trying to get like some really nutritious food so that we can kind of like work on iron and kind of what's going into me. So I don't know. We don't know what to do, but we're hoping that we won't have to leave early or anything, but I'm really not feeling well and having a hard time with that.
Hey guys, we had a nice time. My mom did like a little game in the doodle, and then we came to get some crepes. Then we're going back to the campus, then going to the lake. I'm gonna eat crepes.
So we found spinach crepes. So we're getting our spinach on right now.
How is it?
Delicious.
All right, we're in a general store right now. Are we in the store?
I wanna hold it.
You want to hold this?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I don't know. Oh no! Oh, you got it.
I'm too old. I'm a baby cat.
You're Davy Crockett?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Can I try being Davy Crockett?
Oh, you look more like Daniel Boone. He's like Davy Crockett. All right, we're back at the camp, and I hadn't had like a real serious talk with Jessica about what's been going on with her until just now, and I think that we need to go home. We looked into it, and the altitude, plus she might have some anemia going on. It might be playing with each other and putting a lot of stress on her and a lot of stress on the baby. And honestly, this time with Duncan's pregnancy, she was on bed rest, so I'm surprised she's even up here. I think everybody's a little bummed that we're ending our trip so soon, but we also all understand that it's for the best, and that that we need to take care of Jessica and the baby, and that's number one. So I'm gonna take the kids down to the lake. They're gonna play with their friends for a little bit. I'm gonna pack up the camp, and I think we're gonna be heading home and taking care of Jessica and the baby. Okay. Took the kids down to the lake. Now I've got to clean this up. It's a lot. As I put things away, I'll kind of tell you what I thought of each thing. This was my pillow, and the first 2 nights it was awesome. The last night it was a little too full for me for some reason. I don't know what changed. But the cool thing is it's got this quick release thing, so even in the middle of the night, if you're feeling like it's too full and you need it a little softer, you can just go. So, and I like this more than I thought I would. I thought I would not be able to sleep on it, but I slept on it fine. It was good. And when it's all folded up, it only takes up this much space. Pretty good. I also brought my travel guitar, which is a lot smaller than my regular guitar, and it was fun to play with. I still think Duncan's bed was way too big for him, but it did come in handy to say, go to your big boy bed, get him really excited about it being a giant bed, and he used his cup holder. So it actually worked out great. I don't think any other bed would have worked as well as the giant bed that Duncan got. Also doubles as an air conditioner. Plasticky. A double sleeping bag, good call. Usually we zip 2 sleeping bags up together and they never quite fit right, and it's not that great. This, pretty awesome. It did come with a liner that was in it, and it was attached really weird, and it was really annoying. And once we took that out, then it was great. If you like a liner because it's easier to clean, that's pretty cool, but we found it kind of annoying. We just took the thing out after the first night, and it's been very comfy, very cozy. I got everything cleared out of the tent now for the probably saddest tent teardown that I've ever done.
so very sadly we are heading home. I've been feeling sick since I got here, and I've been trying a bunch of different things to see like if it's like anemia or I don't know what else. I'm trying to figure out like what the cause could be, and I just think that it probably has to be altitude. I actually called my doctor's office and they said that the best thing was getting down off the mountain, and I was like, okay, well then after that can I come back up? And they're like, no, you need to be down off the mountain. And I tried to figure out some other solutions, but this just seems like the best thing to make sure that the baby's safe and that I'm safe. And I don't know, the best thing I can tell is like my heart rate is monitored on my watch, like aside from how I'm feeling, which has been really awful, but my heart rate like spikes every time I walk even just a little bit. And I could also tell on my watch like the percentage higher my heart rate's been since we've been here, and I think it's been like 20% higher than normal since we got here. And I'm like, I don't even know if that's ultimate, like it's not about heart rate, but that's one thing that I'm already seeing, like that I know for sure. Aside from the fact that I feel awful and I feel close to fainting a lot of the time, and I feel really nauseous a lot of the time, and it's hard for me to eat because I feel nauseous. Anyway, and I even got a good night's sleep last night. Like I slept really well. Christopher got the mattress all set up perfectly, and I had like a great night's sleep. And I was really hoping today I would wake up and just be a lot better, and I wasn't. And this is one of those times when we as a family have decided not to push ourselves and not to push where I'm at. And it was a really, 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 really hard decision. Pretty heartbreaking for the kids, really hard as a mom to do that and take this time away from the kids, because this is obviously like a really special thing. And for Christopher's worked so hard to make this happen, and then he ended up having to be the one that tore it all down. And like, I don't know, I feel like a real drag to everybody involved. But
Don't feel that way. Don't feel that way, because ultimately, like, this trip was about our family, and our family needs to be off this mountain. So I think that that's the most important thing.
It is, and it sounds reasonable, but it feels really awful to be the person that's at fault.
You're not at fault. You're not at fault.
Yeah.
You're not at fault.
It feels really awful, that's all, okay. I just had no idea that my body, while pregnant, would react to altitude in this way. I didn't even realize that this place where we camp is at a high altitude. I mean, I knew we went up a mountain, but I didn't even like think about it. I didn't research it. I was just like, oh yeah, we're going to the place where we always go. And then I was feeling sick for so long, and then I was like, maybe I should check the altitude. And yeah, it was really high.
We'll try next year though.
Yeah, I love you.
If you kind of look at like this trip, we were planning on being there for what, another 4 days?
Yeah,
But
like 3.5.
But in the few days that we had there, we did most of the things that we had planned on doing. Like we planned on making s'mores and hot dogs, and
Going out in your kayak.
and trying out the new kayak, and going fishing, and starting fires, and camping out.
Starting fires. That didn't sound good.
Starting campfires. But you know what I mean? Like all of the things. If we had stayed, we'd have a lot of fun.
We'd not start a fire.
So,
Duncan slept in his big boy bed.
Right.
3 nights in a row, like, and that was the first time Duncan slept in a big boy bed ever.
Yeah.
It was so
Usually
cool.
in a pack and play.
He
or
did
in a
it. Well, no,
big
even
crib.
at home, like he doesn't. Like it was so cool. And Parker lost his first tooth.
Right.
So it was a lot happened.
I made a lanyard.
Yeah, it was fancy. I saw
I
it.
set up the tent all by myself with my friend. It was my first time seedling and a kid's tent. I had a lot of fun. I loved the hammock and I liked reading in the hammock. I tasted the squirrel. I standed up for my first time on the paddleboard.
Okay, so after a very long drive deep into the middle of the night, Christopher got us home, and I'm so glad we ended up going because I feel like a million times better. At the time, we didn't know for sure that it was altitude, and that was why it took us so long to really decide to go home. But as soon as we got home, I felt so much better. I am extremely grateful. Even though it was a really, really, really sad decision, it was definitely the right one. I have so much more energy. I'm breathing easily. I don't feel faint all the time. I no longer feel extremely nauseous. I'm eating. So it was definitely the right decision, and now we are turning that disappointment into a bit of fun, and the kids are setting up a backyard tent.
I can't figure out the zipper on my sleeping sleeping bag.
Oh, well, it's a good thing you've got a big brother to help you out.
And he's trying to.
He's getting it done. Whoa, this looks so cool, you guys. This looks really cozy.
I'm so excited to sleep in our backyard. Like, I've never done this before. And I'm so excited. Like, we have a big backyard. It's time. It's time. And I have the s'more machine because we can't really set up a fire, I don't think. And it's the s'more machine where they like put your s'mores, you put a marshmallow and then graham cracker and I think chocolate if you want in between, and then it smushes it down for you. And I've never had it, so I'm excited.
So I'm super excited to sleep in the backyard because it's like I've never done it before. Well, in this backyard, I have done it in the other backyard, but it's super exciting.
We're gonna have so much fun sleeping in here, and I'm so happy we got home for my mom because I wouldn't want her to feel really sick. I'm just kind of sad that we had to leave, but I feel like camping in the backyard with a healthy mom is better than camping out in the wilderness with a sick mom. The first step is to take 7 ounces of water into that. Pour that in there. Seconds. This one's mine. This one's mine. It looks so good. I'm gonna switch.
Which is better, doing the microwave version or the fire version?
Microwave. I feel like the microwave tastes better, but the other one is more fun. Thumbs up.
Hi. Let's talk about what we learned today. We learned how to make a lanyard. We learned that squirrels don't like to be held, but it's still fun to try. And finally, we learned that it's better to be camping at home with a healthy mommy than out in nature with a sick one. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.